We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here. Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, lovingly looking at my partner, Brian, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today's topic is Land Investors Discord Newbie channel gives you confidence.
Okay, let me give the backstory now or give the backstory in a minute?
Now.
Okay, so where did you guys come up with this one? Okay, so here's the deal. I was having a conversation with someone in our community. And they're saying, I'm struggling. I'm like, what's going on? Like, well, I sent out $15,000. I spent $15,000 in data and mail and all that stuff, and I haven't done a deal. So I'm thinking about buying one from you guys or someone in our community. I'm like, hold on a moment. I'm like, I'm sure there's a deal there. You cannot spend that much money and work that hard at this and not get a deal out of it. So, and then I uncovered that, yeah, I'm probably not following up on these people like I should when they come in. I'm like, well, it's not too late. I told a story of these, one of his brothers or cousins a while back. Brothers that we had done a consulting call with. This was like 2 or so years ago, maybe 3 years ago at the beach. And they were saying, oh, our first mailer's a flop. And you and I both said, let's look at it. And we went through their mailer, and I said, well, what's wrong with that one? And all the people that had called back, they had a list of 20. So we looked them up and what's wrong with that one? And what's wrong with that one? What's wrong with that one? They're like, oh, they kicked all these deals to the curb. So we're like, why don't you call these people back and get this going again and do something? And they did, and it worked, and it was great. So I told this story to this woman. I said, you've got some gold right there. I'm sure you do. You just need to reach out to these people and revive this conversation and make it happen. Relook at these again. And by the way, 2 things. One good point is now maybe enough time has passed that they're even worth more, which is not bad. So if you can still revive them from close to your original offer, the property's probably worth more because that's the way things have been going right now. Yay, you won even more. And they've had more time too to stare at this and wish it was sold and all that good stuff. So they're gonna love to hear from you. But the backstory comes to, you know what? I think you need to hang out a little bit more with your peers. And if you hang out with your peers in Discord, and you're going to soak up some knowledge and probably confidence.
I have a lot to say. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And Jill and I started and operates very successfully a full-blown commercial printing company called Offers the number 2 owners.com. to get your mailers out.
Yep.
If you can't stand the thought of doing a mailer, we have a product for you.
Yep.
It's called Concierge Data. We do your entire mailer. We give it to you. You price it at the end.
Pull the data.
You got the whole thing. It's an amazingly popular service. So popular. Last week we had to shut it down.
Yep.
Because we couldn't keep up with the orders. So It's not just a printing company. We actually do the mailers for you.
Right.
Check it out.
We're hiring to keep up with the demand, by the way.
Exactly.
That's really the truth time of what's going on.
We send out between 700,000 and 900,000 mailers a month for Land Academy members.
Yep.
Check it out at support@offerstowners.com.
Aaron wrote, so far I've been using my name on my mail, but I'm switching to an LLC for my next mailer. I was wondering if I might get a better response rate if I keep my real name in the envelope window though. Are people more likely to open it if it comes from a person or an LLC? I'm leaning towards continuing to use my name there, but I'm not sure.
Absolutely use your name. So Jill and I own property all over the country, and every week we get a couple of offers from other people. Some of them are in our group, some of them aren't. And I can tell you right away who I would actually call back and who I wouldn't.
Right.
And if you have an offer with a signature at the bottom that looks relatively real, even though it's
generated.
It's generated, sure. And it says Jill DeWitt on there, and somebody gets the offer and they're like, Jill DeWitt, whatever. I'm gonna look this up, and the first thing you do is Google it, and it pops up, and there's Jill's smiling face, and a nice presentation of a single, maybe 2 or 3 page website.
They say a single person of a single woman.
That's not bad either.
So wait.
Whatever
Time
it
out.
takes.
Time out, yeah. What should pop up when they Google my name?
You want to look like, I'm glad you asked. You want to look like the person next door. Very, very approachable, very not corporate. You're a person in central Indiana or wherever you're sending the mail out that buys property, resells it.
Sitting on a tractor.
You have
or
a little
horse.
desk in the corner of your bedroom because, you're just a humble, nice person who might live next door to the rest of us.
There we go.
If you're a big company and you've got an
Wall
attitude
Street.
and we just looked up a property owner on a deal that has a Fifth Avenue, New York address. No way will I call this person back.
Well, you know what, too? I've seen, even within Land Academy, I'm like, knock it off. I've seen like professional, like really, really too much professional.
Yes.
Like books behind them, like an attorney sitting at a desk. Like, hold
You
on.
want any of that.
You want to have good photos. I'm all about that. Like, we do professional photos, but we do them in our own element. But let's be kind of casual about it and have fun. And
If you have a dog, by all means, put him in the picture.
yeah.
Even if they're a really bad looking dog, that's even better.
Uglier, probably the better.
Yeah.
They'll feel sorry for you. Doesn't go that way with your wife.
Oh, your husband.
Or your husband.
There's a lot more ugly husbands out there
That's
than
right.
wives.
That's right.
Girls don't seem to care about that.
Could you imagine?
That's
I'm
just
gonna hit up
shocking.
somebody in the bar and say, I need you to take some pictures with me.
God, she's way out of your league, don't you? Yeah. But I love him. He loves me. I'll never
Take
understand
care
this
of
stuff.
me. That's good.
Today's topic, Land Investors Discord newbie channel, and it gives you confidence. This is why you're listening.
So I kind of laid the foundation there, is that what's going on, you're going to tell more about the exact channel, what's in there right now, but there's just so much value gained that I did not even know by showing up on our Thursday calls, by being on Discord, by doing Clubhouse with us, and just being surrounded by your peers and soaking it all in. Even if it's stuff that it's not on your plate today. It might be someday. You're gonna remember, like, oh yeah, I remember reading about a guy who had that issue, and who knew I'd be staring at the issue with fill in the blank, prison guy. Now I know how to solve that problem. And even you're listening to this. So this is step one right now, listening to our show, but getting involved in the community, you're gonna absorb knowledge. You're not even gonna realize it, and you are gonna get confidence when you sit and listen to people like, I was afraid too, but I made the call, and here's what happened. And you're gonna go, all right, they can do it, I can do it.
There's 2 or 3 types of people that are land investors and really business owners. There's Jack, who's a data person, and you're kind of out front. You've got the ideas, but you just don't have any interest in talking on the phone or really interacting with customers or employees. That's me. There's Jill, who doesn't know it about herself, but has this massive dynamic personality and who is not afraid to answer the phone. In fact, she looks forward to it. And when she's bored, she'll make outgoing calls.
Yeah.
That's her day, her work day. Later this week, the Jill Friday is called 8 hours on the phone. And she's going to talk about that. That's a separate issue. What you need to do, it's a separate personality type. And then there's a third type.
I call it what I call a talent. He calls it issue. Just kidding.
The third type is somebody who can do it all. And that's rare.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, the people who can do it all, if you really sit them down and have a couple of drinks with them, they'll tell you, I can do it all, but I don't like this part of it.
Right.
I can tell you that because I'm like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not bragging. I'm just trying to help here. So I did it all until I met Jill and realized that we could times 10 what we're doing if I just do my stuff that I like and I'm good at, and she does her stuff and she likes. So this person that Jill's talking about needs to have a couple of cups of coffee and sit down in front of a mirror and say, I'm not returning these phone calls because I don't like it. So think of it like this.
I'm afraid.
And you need somebody to return these phone calls or this is not going to work.
Right.
Every single great rock and roll band has a guitarist who's a good composer and gets having a band and what it takes. And they go out, the first thing they do is they go out and hire a lead singer who's great looking, has a massive dynamic personality, and amazing voice. And that's how you sell tickets. Jill's the lead singer. Everybody's here because of her. They're not here because of me. I'm just the guy who puts this all together. I'm the composer or the writer.
Thank you.
And so this person that Jill's referring to is the composer writer. She doesn't have a lead singer. And so you're either a lead singer in this group listening to this, or you're the guitarist in the back who's happy to put it all together and rake in a good paycheck, which is me. You need a lead singer, and lead singers need somebody to put this all together. Tell them where to stand.
And in the meantime, if you don't have a partner, you can't find a partner, and you're trying to make this work, you just have to get over it.
You have to get over it, Jill. That's really what I'm saying. You can't, or you're going to fail.
You will. You're going to spend $15,000 and go, well, now I have nothing to show for it. And you're sitting on deals. I know she's sitting on deals.
How many deals are in there?
What exactly?
I bet there's with 15,000 units. I bet there's 8 to 15 great properties that are dying to be purchased.
So, and I'm not picking on you. I'm telling you, you know who you are. I'm telling you, pick up the phone. You're going to be fine. You'll get through this. You know, people don't. We forget is. I hear a lot of new Land Academy members say, well, I just don't want to sound like I don't know what I'm doing. Well, write down the questions you're going to ask.
You don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Think about the questions you need to get out of this person, and then just ask them however it feels natural. They don't know. They've not done this before. You are buying multiple properties, a week, a month, a day, fill in the blank. And this may be the only one they're ever selling. This is all they ever owned. They may have just inherited it. They didn't even buy it. They don't know what the process is or the steps.
That's a great point.
So you're not going to sound like you don't know anything because they don't even know. They don't know what to know.
Most of the sellers that we buy property from, they might do 5 real estate deals in their entire life.
Yep.
We do 5 a week. So
exactly.
And there are people in our group who do 25 a week.
Mm-hmm.
And so chances are we
do 10, 20 a week.
But my point is this in saying you don't know what you're doing, and neither do I.
Yeah.
There's always new stuff to learn. And the minute you think, oh, I got this, I get it, and your mind's going to start to close. And the reason Jill's so successful at this is because she can't wait to see what they're going to say.
Yeah.
What's going to be on the other end of the line? This is so foreign to me because I'm not like that at all. But that she goes in with this open mind. She really, really listens. She sees what they want. Maybe it's price. Maybe it's just getting rid of the dirt. Who knows? But she figures it out. And she has no idea what to expect and has a complete open mind when she picks up the phone.
Do you know why? Because it's often something great. You can't have a home run if you don't answer the phone. And once you get through these calls and you get over it and you go, holy cow, I can't believe I get to buy this property for this price. I'm so excited. This is going to be amazing. You have one of those, now you're motivated. Remember that. And that's going to get you to the next time and the next time. And we used to, it's true. We used to say, well, we'll never have a deal that great again. And then watch, here comes another one.
So we're in the process of building a huge library. If you go on YouTube, you'll see a lot of it. We're building it there, and then we will eventually migrate it to a server, so it's all in one spot. And part of that library is all the calls that Jill's taken and her transaction coordinator has taken or dialed over the last several years. And we're going to make that available. And so most people listening to this or watching this are saying, oh, great, that's it. Oh, that's what I need. And I'll tell you right now, I could go listen to that library and be just as bad on the phone as I am now. So that library is not going to help. It'll be entertaining as hell. I'll go listen to some of it because it's funny to listen to these guys talk to sellers and buyers. But you're either a Jack or a Jill. Chances are. Mm-hmm. You might be both, but you're really just lying to yourself about one of the Jack or the Jill.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Happy you could join us today, 5 days a week. You can find us here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the Land Academy Show is an interview with the Land Academy member, Casey Jewett. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
Casey was Career Path, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
I'll tell you, what I forgot to mention is the actual title of the show. So go to Discord. If you're a member, go to Discord, click on the Newbie channel. There's a bunch of channels there. And see the questions that people are asking. They ask all kinds of stuff. And I put that in there so that everybody can feel safe and free. And please don't be intimidated. Like, some of us are doing a lot of deals. Some of us aren't. I wouldn't have started Land Academy so we could just laugh at Land Academy members. That's so silly.
You know what's
Any
so great
questions,
about
okay.
It? Yeah, we were all there once. And we all remember, I remember this, fill in the blank. I remember the first time I got a deed return and I freaked out too.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. So that's what it's there. And here's my goal, and this is the way it's always been. There's always someone 6 months ahead of you, 6 weeks ahead of you, 6 hours ahead of you, and there's always someone the same behind you. So as you get help from your peers, and you can turn around and help the guy behind you.
We embedded the Discord channel because I'm so impressed with the content and how all of our members communicate with each other. We embedded it for you to look at, not participate in, but look at, peruse, click on,
As in the
and
public,
read.
general public?
Yeah, the general public. If you're not
Like
a
the
member,
band?
on the landinvestors.com front page. So just go there and click around, and we'll see what everybody's talking about in real time.
I wonder what general public is up to nowadays. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, by the way, Jack and I are really fully aware not everyone has a couple $100,000 lying around to buy a bunch of land. So just so you know, don't worry. We are here and happy to fund your deals. We do it all the time, every week, for a lot of members and non-members too. We do believe no good deal should go to waste. So, hold on a moment. I'm telling you how to go get it. So where do you do this? You go to landinvestors.com, and at the top, above the Discord view that you'll see a deal funding menu item. Just click on that and fill it out.
We are Jack and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
It's funny. We hope you find our content valuable, and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.